This week, Mel Trotter Ministries celebrated a historic renovation to its shelter in Grand Rapids. The changes include better accommodations and services to people facing homelessness. And joining me right now to expand on those improvements is Dennis Van Kampen, President and CEO of Mel Trotter Ministries. Thanks for joining us.
Yes, thank you for having us.
So, Mel Trotter, the largest provider of services for the homeless in West Michigan. This was a pretty big undertaking.
It really was. We really believed that we needed to provide a place of dignity, and we inherited a building in 1968 that was wonderful but really old, and really nothing has been done to that building since. So that left us with really large dorm rooms where 100 people would be in a dorm. People can't sleep that way, they can't dream that way, they can't plan for their future that way. So this renovation was really one of a kind in the country for large homeless shelters.
What are you seeing with the homeless population in Grand Rapids or West Michigan right now?
West Michigan, like the rest of the country, the homeless population is increasing, and it really has been for at least 5 years. The pandemic did not cause the increase in homelessness, but it absolutely accelerated it. And what we're seeing now is the chronic homeless population. There's a lot of mental illness and people that may not have the capability to make a decision that you or I might have, let's say if it's cold outside. So we're seeing an increase there, and then we're seeing a huge increase in situational homelessness, people that have been working and one thing happened in their life that they weren't prepared for, and they find themselves where they never wanted to be.
Right, so the timing is much tighter as far as people seeing trouble sooner.
Oh, absolutely, right? People were living paycheck to paycheck, and then the pandemic hit, and a lot of people were not able to work, so that caused homelessness. But now with inflation, you know, I think we see it in our own personal bills, but imagine if you're living paycheck to paycheck, and now to get to work it costs $30 more a week. Where's that money coming from? So those are some of the factors that are going into the increase.
Yeah, so this renovation cost almost $15 million. It has certainly taken a while. What does the redesign itself include?
Yeah, so we went from those huge dorms, and think about maybe a normal college dorm where there's 2 people on one side, 2 people on another, and those 4 share a bathroom. So no more gang bathrooms, no more huge dorms. Everyone has a place of dignity. And the first guy that moved in, he said, he teared up, and he said, I'm working $14 an hour, but that doesn't get me a house. And my job wants to give me a promotion, but I can't take it because I'm always tired. He moved into this new dorm, this tiny dorm, and within a month he took the promotion, and within 3 months he was in housing, and he's been housed ever since. So that's what we're doing.
So it's already making a difference.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Tell us about how Mel Trotter has evolved through the years and how the services have adapted to that.
Yeah, you know, some things have stayed the same. Our faith has always stayed the same. It's why we do what we do. Offering shelter to anyone experiencing homelessness has stayed the same. But as the problem expands, our services need to expand. So we now have a prevention and diversion team that works in the public schools in Kent County. In 2022, that team helped 297 families that are on the brink of becoming homeless never become homeless. That's 1,000 kids that will never sleep in a shelter, never sleep in the back of a car or under a bridge. That's getting upstream. And then on the other side, it's about housing and workforce development. So we're now working on our next project, which is to bring the first tiny home community in Grand Rapids to fruition and to add more housing for the people that we're working with.
Dennis Van Kampen, thank you so much for joining us. This is an exciting time for Mel Trotter, and we appreciate it.
Thank you so much.